So this is how to play Boulevard of Broken Dreams, the verse on the bass guitar. Before we look at the verse, let's look at some of the equipment. We've got some expensive electrical equipment here that you need to be able to take care of and use properly so that you don't damage it or yourself. We've got noisy amplifiers that you can easily damage your hearing with. So you are going to need one bass guitar, one amplifier and one set of jack leads. Notice that I'm not using a plectrum today. Bass guitars sound much better when you pluck them with your fingers. The important thing is to remember, before you do anything, you must make sure your amplifier is turned off and that the volume is right down. That way we can turn it on safely and not damage our ears. So, once that's happened, plug your jack leads into the amp, then into the guitar. And now, checking that the volume is turned down, you can turn the amplifier on, turn the volume up to a level that we are comfortable with. Notice that somebody turned that volume switch down there, so I had to turn it up as well. I tend to play these with the volumes right up, use the amplifier to adjust my sound. Okay, so this is the bass guitar. It's bigger than a normal guitar. It's got thicker strings, a longer neck, which is why it sounds lower. It also only has 4 strings. You can play the bass part on an acoustic guitar, you just ignore the top 2 strings. You'll see that the strings start with the thickest at the top, that's the lowest sounding, going to a thinner one at this end, the bottom, which sounds the highest. I tend to use the phrase bottom for the lower sounding strings. Okay. In order to play a bass guitar, you'll be given some music in bass guitar tab. This is a special way of writing music for bass guitars, and it's a little different to the notation you've seen when you've been using keyboards. It looks like 4 lines on a page with some numbers written on it. Now, each of the lines represents one of the strings. The numbers are the frets that you hold down to get the note. So the frets are these gaps. Fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. The thing that you'll need to know is which line refers to which fret, and there's a trick to help you remember. If you turn your bass upside down, so that the thickest string, the E string, is on the bottom, and then the A, D, and the smallest string, the G, on the top, and then you look at guitar tab, they're the same way up. So on guitar tab, the thickest note is the bottom note, the bottom line. The thinnest note is the top line. You'll see on the tab that it does tell you that the E is the bottom line. Let's turn this back up the right way so that we're ready to play. Have a look at one of the sheets for Boulevard of Broken Dreams. You'll see that the first note is an E, and it's played on a 0 or an open string on the bottom string, the E string. You'll see the next note along, which is called a G, is the 3rd fret, but on the same string. It's on the same line, so it means it's played on the same string. And I would play that with my 1st finger. The next note is a D, which is on the A string, so the next string up on the 5th fret. And then crossing over to the 5th fret on the E string for the A. If you have a quick look at the neck here, you can see dots on the 3rd and the 5th fret. They're going to help you find them. So, E, G, D, A, E, open string, E, 3rd fret, A, 5th fret, D string, 5th fret. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. So spend 5 minutes, get to know your bass guitar, learn those 4 notes and learn to play them fluently as they are in the verse. Then come back to YouTube, look at the second video which will teach you